Welcome. This video is a recreation of the yoga that I would do with my students at Urbandale High School for the Jayhawk Marching Band. And now that marching band season is over, and I know a lot of students miss doing yoga in the morning, and I thought this video would be fun to do, both to keep everybody engaged and keep everybody active. So the first thing you want to do is make yourself comfortable. You don't need to do anything special to do yoga. You don't have to buy anything special. Just need to be comfortable and stay hydrated. Drinking some water. Remember to have some water handy throughout this video. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to stand tall. Our heels and toes are together, just like we're standing at attention on the marching band field, but we're at relaxed attention. And you can close your eyes, just breathe, think of something beautiful, think of something that makes you happy. Now reach your arms up to the sky and swan dive forward. You're just going to hang, let your body relaxed. Doesn't matter how far you're hanging. Now roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take those shoulders back, raise those arms again. Reach for the sky, swan dive forward, and just hang. Let all that tension drip out of your body. You don't need any of it. So roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders back. Get rid of all that tension. Our days are spent in front of computer screens and we're hunched over. So get rid of those Rice Krispies that are occupying your shoulders right now. And remember to breathe. Arms up in the air, swan dive forward, and simply hang. Remember to breathe. Don't lock your knees. Now roll up one vertebrae at a time. And now step your feet apart. Reach for the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And let those arms hang. We're going to get rid of all that tension. Just going to reach and then sway our arms. So reach up to the ceiling. And exhale. Let all that tension go. So now reach. Now we're going to swan dive forward with our feet apart. Just hang, relax, breathe. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. So step your feet back together. And now we're going to do some neck rolls. So your chin to your chest and over to your right shoulder. Chin to your chest and over to your left shoulder. We'll do that sequence again. And while we're doing this, I'd like to introduce you to my yoga partner this morning, Gunther. I like to call him Old Man Gunther, OMG. So neck rolls, once again, getting rid of all the tension in our neck and our shoulders. Okay, step your feet back together, arms out. And now we're going to start with our fingers, our pinky. We're going to roll our fingers in one at a time and then twist. It's really good for any musician to do, because it gets rid of that tension that we hold in our forearms. Also, anyone that's done a lot of typing or anyone that's played a lot of video games. All right, shake that tension out. Now I've turned around to show you that I'm interlacing my fingers and I'm standing tall. I'm pulling my shoulders back. For a little added stretch, you can bring the palms of your hands together. If you're unable to do that, it's okay. Or just stand tall, breathe, enjoy the stretch. Okay. Heels and toes together, standing really tall, relaxed attention. Breathe. Okay, now we're going to do some lunges. So just step back with your left foot. Doesn't really matter what you do with your arms. You can put them on your hips, or for an added balance, take them overhead. Now step back together. Take your right foot back. And this lunge isn't too strenuous. We're just stepping back. We're beginning to work on our balance. Breathe. So the pajama bottoms that I'm wearing today, they have a connection. I bought those specifically for the Addams Family, the musical. It was decided by the students in the pit orchestra that we should have theme night. And one of our themes was pajama night. So we all wore our pajamas while performing the music to Addams Family, the musical. I look forward to when I can conduct in the orchestra pit again. All right, heels and toes together. Take a deep breath. Hydrate with some water. Want to make sure you're staying hydrated throughout the day. Now that it's getting cold outside and the heaters are running, we're more dehydrated. All right, so heels and toes together. Standing tall, breathing, arms up in the air. Now swan dive forward, hang for a second, and then we're going to go into flat back. So from the tip of our head to the base of our spine is flat, and now roll up. So round back and flat back, two different positions. Swan dive forward, round back, and flat back. Now I want you to step both of your feet back and you're in push-up position. If you can do a push-up, go ahead and do some push-ups. If you can't, that's fine. Just stay right here. And now lower yourself to the floor. And now just gently raise up your upper body. Nothing too strenuous, but all of that sitting, all of that time staring at a screen creates a lot of tension in our lower and upper back. So we're just doing a gentle back bend. Now push yourself up, and now raise your butt up into the air, and you're going to do what's called downward dog. So we're making a triangle with our body. Our heels are on the ground. Our head is in between our arms. Now step together, and we're going to do a reverse swan dive. You can do a reverse swan dive or roll up one vertebrae at a time. Now we're going to do that whole sequence again. So arms up in the air, swan dive forward, flat back, hands to the ground, and step your feet back. So we're in push-up position, just hanging out there. Now this next time we go to the floor, go ahead and go to the floor. You can raise yourself up. You can straighten out your arms if you can. If you cannot straighten out your arms, that's okay. Just raise your head and shoulders off the ground. And now we're going to go back to downward dog. So we're relaxed. We're trying to get our heels on the floor. We're thinking good thoughts. Now we're going to step back together, and this time I'm going to roll up. But you just want to gently come out of this position. Deep breath, hands up in the air, swan dive forward. Go into flat back. Hands on the ground. Push-up position. You want to do some push-ups? Yeah, why not? Let's do some push-ups. Do as many as you can. All right, raise that upper body. This is actually called upward dog. So you have upward dog, and after a few breaths, we'll go into downward dog. We've never done these on the marching band field. We'll have to try it next season. All right, there you are. So I told you about my pajama bottoms. The shirt I'm wearing, that artwork was done by Lisa's nephew, who recently passed away from cancer. And this shirt was made to raise money for him and cancer. And it's artwork that he did. So I love wearing that t-shirt. So get yourself some water. And now reach for the sky, swan dive forward, flat back, and guess what? Chair pose. That's right, a Jayhawk marching band favorite is chair pose. If you would have told me when I started doing yoga 30 years ago that one day I'd be doing yoga and 170 energized high school students would yell chair pose, I wouldn't have believed you. But it's awesome. All right, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. So arms up in the air, swan dive forward to flat back, and now chair pose. So our heels, we're attempting to get our heels on the ground. Bring your hands together, and now twist to your left. Might be burning in your upper thighs, but that's okay. Now twist to your right. Remember to breathe. And now stand up tall into a back bend. Take your arms out wide. And now let's get those knees up. We're going to work on some balancing. So right now we're just taking high steps. Getting your knees up. And here in a moment, we're just going to pause with one of our knees up. So our right knee's up, step, step, left knee up, step, step, right knee up, left, right, left knee up. Let's continue doing this. You're just finding your balance, holding a balance pose briefly. Balance is very important. Left, right knee up, step, left knee up. All right. Now for our next balance pose, start by bringing your right foot off the ground. Doesn't have to be very far. Remember to breathe while doing a balance pose. And your goal being to raise your foot higher off the ground. Regarding your hands, you can have them on your hips, you can have them in front of you in prayer position, or you can take them overhead. This is usually where I scream, "Come on, my little ballet dancers." And I must confess, it's a lot easier to do this in my living room as opposed to standing on a podium, but I enjoy the challenge. All right, so bring that back down. Now we're going to do the other side. So raise your foot and start really slow. Don't rush into these. Bring your foot a little bit higher if you can. Do whatever is comfortable for you with your hands, either on your hips, in front of you, or overhead. I want to thank you all for exercising with me right now. You can return to this video anytime you need to. Start your morning off with this video, in the afternoon, before you go to bed. Any amount of exercise you can bring to your day will bring a lot of health and happiness to yourself. So take a deep breath, taking the fact that you just did that. I'd like to thank Gunther for working out with me this morning. My other yoga partner, Sunny, decided not to attend yoga, but that's okay. I love her dearly, and I love all my students, and have a wonderful day.